Yeah, so from what I remember from like the 2014 Olympic bump is that I think we had one class that was about 80 people who signed up, and
Hmm.
then after that it was like in the 20s or so, and then kind of tapered off. But we kind of saw the opposite here. Well, we had some learner curls that were set up before, and they were doing pretty well. They were doing like 20s, 30s, 40s, and then sure enough, we had maybe 2 to 3 learner curls scheduled to ride around right after the gold medals, and as soon as they won, we had sold out the rest of them. We were getting requests for more, so it was actually pretty amazing. I got to tell this to John Schuster in Vegas, although I think he was pretty drunk, and I don't know if he remembers.
Hey,
But
it's kind of like when I saw Schuster.
I told him, I said, "Hey, thank you so much for what you've done for curling." I told him, if you guys don't win gold, our club probably actually is probably closed in a year or two, because
Wow.
we were probably down before. Um, we were down to one league,
Hmm.
of maybe like 7 teams, like barely just breaking even on our ice fees, and so it was just a huge bump of interest. So we made ice available. We had a good amount of volunteers that were doing learn to curl classes every Saturday, which was tough, even for someone like me who loves curling. I kind of got
Hmm. You get
tired of
burned.
doing
You
this
get
learn
burned
to
out.
curl classes, but yeah, it was a huge bump for us. So we go from having one draw, um, full of 7 teams, where some people are not here, we need subs, a lot of people are just curling on 3-man teams, to having a 2 leagues on Sunday, with one of them being a 10-team league, the other one just being a full 9-team, a Saturday league built for just novice curlers, so curlers that have less than a year experience, and then also a weeknight draw. So basically, we go from one draw to 4 draws, um,
That's awesome.
in a matter of 2 weeks.
Wow. Jeez.
So how many learn to curls did you wind up having, and then how many people did you wind up? How many from and what percentage of those wound up signing up for either a regular league or a beginner league?
So we did about 4 public learn to curls at the Devon Ice Rink. It's just kind of an
Yeah.
outdoor ice rink here in Oklahoma City. Now, and they're the ones who facilitate the signups for that. We kept those at about 20 people, uh, 20 people per class, because we can only really do like 3 sets of classes. And then for our other learn to curls, we probably did. Oh gosh, I don't even have the number, but I want to say somewhere between 8 and 12 learner curls at the arena, and those I would say averaged about 50 people,
Wow.
per class. Now, some of them were repeat too. I noticed that
Okay.
we had some people that would come to the Devon ice rink, and that's a very small ice rink. It's not a full sheet, and it's so we'd have people come to the learn to curl at the arena, or we'd have people that came from the earlier learn to curls at the arena. They bring more friends, and then they try it before signing up for a league. So I would say we probably had somewhere around 300 and 300 to 350 unique people come through it, and some of it are going to be just bucket list curlers,
Hmm.
but we had quite a bit of interest, and it was a good demographic. The for the groups that we're looking for. The people kind of in the 20 to kind of 40 age range that are just looking for something kind of fun to do. And
The age that you're looking for to to join the league. I was going to ask, like,
exactly.
what the demographics age wise wound up being.
Yeah, so it's definitely that crowd, 20 to 40, people that, the same kind of demographic that sign up for just other recreational sports, like, instead of doing a kickball league, let's do curling instead. That's, so it was great. I would say probably out of this we've gotten, I'd say just under 100 new members out of this, which is
That's fantastic.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think our biggest challenge is to see how much we retain through the summer, and into the fall. But it's definitely in a much better place than we were after the bump in
Mhm.
2014. And if we can sustain some of this, man, I'd be extremely happy.
So how are you? What are you guys trying to do to keep them in the league? Are you guys charging a annual membership fee and then a fee for the leagues, or are you just trying to just basically keep them curling until next summer, basically?
Yeah, so we're doing a couple different things here. One thing that so we had a lot of people, sign up in during the spring, and so one of the things that I encouraged our, veteran members is that, hey, if you need a sub, reach out to one of the new people to help sub. Because I think it's very, sometimes people get competitive and say, no, I don't want to take a new person, so we'd rather just play with three instead, or get someone else who's, been curling before to sub instead. But we have to reach out and make friends with these new people. I think back to an earlier podcast that you guys had where a lot of people sign up as either a group or a couple, where there's really one person that's kind of spearheading the effort, and if you lose that one person, then you lose the entire group. So you have to give people another reason to come out and curl besides their one friend connection, but have them come join you. So I think that was kind of big. We've done a few giveaways at the club. Like we did drawings for brooms, just
Oh, wow.
simple, just the simple fiberglass brooms. Not one of the fancy hardline ones, but it's definitely an upgrade from the club brooms. The wooden ones that we have, and so I think people enjoy that. Um, I've seen a lot of people go ahead and either have the sliders installed into their shoes. That's something that I did a while back. It's just I had some shoes, some Nikes made into curling shoes. I think they saw it on TV. Matt Hamilton had those, and we already had a few of these new people go ahead and do that. So a few people are pretty in. Now, as far as the membership fee, I think we've agreed to waive it for this first season because we had a lot of people just kind of sign up in the spring here. So we'll probably look to collect those in the fall again once they come back. But we want to make sure there wasn't a huge barrier of entry to get into curling. Basically just show up, have fun. Just come in comfortable clothes. You can bring something to drink, just no bottles, and we'll take care of the rest for you. The one thing that I've been trying to push and kind of what kind of hooked me on the curling was when I got to go bondspieling. I think that was kind of the fun part for me, is get to see other people that have that same interest as me, and it's just a really good community. So I've been trying to push that. I've kind of talked about it quite a bit at the club. I've kind of put together like an FAQ that we post on the website. So we'll try to have a few teams going to some of the upcoming Bonspiels.